What is going on, guys? It's your boy Chris here, back with a new video. This one is gonna be answering a question that I got asked. I posted on Twitter or X, um, and asked me anything, and only got one question. I'm gonna open up the field here as well. So if anybody has any questions, pop them in the comments below. I'll answer them in my next video. But my man Dirk from the Murdoch City podcast and the Bayou Geeks asked me the question, what got me into wrestling in the first place? And I will tell you what got me into wrestling. Um, it was WrestleMania 5. The Mega Powers explode. Insert explosions here all over the place. Not for Hulk Hogan, because I've never been a big Hulk Hogan fan. I've always been a Randy Savage guy, an Ultimate Warrior guy. But Randy Savage, in the promos he was cutting, leading into WrestleMania 5, the I hate your guts, like those promos, especially where he's talking about, like, you love Elizabeth, you love Macho Man like a brother. Well, I hate you. I hate your guts. And that's it. It's going to be spilled all over the ring at WrestleMania 5. Like, that promo was so great. Like, the intensity of this guy. I was like, this man's going to murder somebody. He's fucking pissed. Like, just the neck bulging and the fucking, just, him just being like, I was out there doing it like a champion should. And who had to come out and get their hot shotting and their grandstanding and their hot dogging in? You did, man. You did. And it was just interesting the way they twisted what Randy's mindset was with Hogan saying, but he's like, dude, I said I loved Elizabeth like a brother, Jack. Like a sister, man. And I love you like a brother because I do. And like the way they played each other off of each other, it was just well done. And then, of course, the next year, the Ultimate Challenge, where the Warrior, who was out of his mind anyway, and those promos that he would cut, especially the one about hijacking his private jet, and I don't know where that was a crazy one, but I fell in love with wrestling at that point. It was because of Randy Savage and Ultimate Warrior. Like, those two got me into it. And then I found, like, NWA and Sting and Vader. And like I said, I was there the night Ron Simmons won the world title. That was still one of the coolest moments ever. It was over at that point, seeing, like, all that stuff happen. Growing up during that time period, how could you not become a fan of wrestling? Then, of course, Stone Cold and The Rock and DX and the NWO later on. But what first got me into wrestling, it was Randy Savage, really, more than anything else. I loved Randy. I still love Randy. I don't care what anybody says. Like, yeah, the guy was nuts. But Randy Savage is still, to me, one of the best to ever do it. One of the best promos to ever, one of the best guys on the microphone ever. One of the best wrestlers ever. I mean, yes, he was painstakingly detailed in his matches, but it led to some of the best matches of all time. Him and Steamboat, unfuckwithable. Him and Hogan, great match. Him and Jake Roberts, great match. Him and Ric Flair, great match. Him and Warrior, really good match. You put him in the ring with anybody, and he gave you everything that you could ask for. I mean, in the promos, like the cream of the crop, cup of coffee in the big time, the infamous Baltimore I'm not talking promo, where he spent the whole time saying, I'm not talking. And Sting's cutting the promo like, I gotta do all the talking. Randy, do you have something to say? Nope, not talking. And he was just walking around. And Sting just like, See, Randy's taking it to the next level. He didn't even want to talk. Randy, are you sure you don't have anything to say? I'm not talking. Like, that promo was great. So, that's what got me into wrestling. It was mostly Randy Savage. To this day, I'm still heartbroken that he's gone. Not a day goes by that I don't miss Randy Savage. And I hope he knows that he's smiling down and he knows the impact he made on millions of fans. Especially the Arsenio Hall appearance, where he talked about what being a macho man is, and if you ever cried. And that recently that interview finally made sense to me. That it's okay to cry. It's okay to feel emotion, because that being able to feel emotion and push through it, that's what makes you a macho man. And it finally hit me after 45 years of life. It finally, like, something rang in my head, like, oh shit, that's what he meant. Well, fuck. I get it now. It's taken, like, multiple godchildren, multiple stepkids, and, like, being an uncle, but I get it now. It makes sense. So that was the question that I got asked. Like I said, if you have anything that you want to ask, down below, hit in the comments, ask your questions. I'll get to my next video, I promise. I want to end this on a bit of a down note. I found out yesterday that Benny, aka the Comicstorian, passed away over the weekend. He was known on YouTube as a Comicstorian. I know him as Benny from the Weekly Poll, and just his work with Comics Explained and Comic Pop, Sal over Comic Pop, Rob at Comics Explained, Joel over at Cape Joel, and just in that community of comic book fans who recap comics and stuff like that. These people helped get me back into comics again. I hadn't read in years, and it was because of them that I started reading again. And it led me to go to a couple local comic shops again. Before they all closed up. There was a place called Legends I used to go to. I used to pick up a trade every now and then, but I didn't collect anymore. Of something old, but I didn't collect anymore. Those guys got me back into comics, and I used to go to this place in Fells Point called Gorilla King, and this is where I would pick up my comics until the guy who owned it passed away as well. This would be the second person I know named Benny that got me into comics that's passed away. And the first one was a guy I grew up with in my neighborhood, Benny. He was one of my brother's friends. But for some reason, he took me under his wing and got me reading comics and stuff like that. He got me into it, and once he got me into it, it led me down the road to where I became a collector and stuff like that. And I got out of it for a while, and then I got back in. And just the amount of people that have influenced that, there are too many to even mention. But Benny from Comicstorian, Benny the Comicstorian, he was one of those people. My heart goes out to all of his family and his friends. I want to make it known that I was heartbroken when I found out yesterday that he was gone. Um, I'm still trying to wrap my head around it because, like, from all accounts, he was a super good guy, and everybody that knew him loved him. I never got the honor or the pleasure to meet him, but anyone who did spoke nothing but good about him. And that's the measure of somebody. When they're gone, like the people who speak well of you. So, um, rest in peace, Benny, and thank you. Thank you for helping give back something that I had lost. Thank you for helping me find that again, that love or that thing again, and hopefully I'll see you on the other side. I'm gonna end this now. Damn. I'm gonna end this now because I got some stuff I gotta do. Um. Anyway, as always, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Peace.